Good evening, y'all. Welcome to the Spiritual Speakeasy, where the bar is always open and the spirits are always served. How are you all doing tonight? Tonight's guest is Vanna, who's my pop-in friend when things happen. And in the world of podcasting right now, things happen. Schedules change. I appreciate you coming on tonight, Vanna.
Thank you.
Look at you with all your ivy and twinkly lights.
Yeah, they definitely add a little sparkle to the room.
I like them. I like them a lot. So I've invited our ECA group to come on if they wanted to come on.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. Invited Angie to come on without video. Like I told her you can come on and just talk, like we can just put a blank screen and she can close the video.
For sure. Oh, we could also do like a static picture of her, couldn't we?
We could do a static picture. Yes, we could. Of her so people can see what she looks like. I'm looking at my hair and it's like I've got unravels coming in. Gonna have to burn some ends. It's weird. Little sniglets of hangy downy things. So tonight, I was thinking about changes and it's cold, it's winter. The cold has hit Missouri. For those of you guys that are not in Missouri, I'm sure the cold has hit like a lot of you in a lot of places. We had a winter snap come through. And so with that, like, what are we doing to take care of ourselves? And what are we doing spiritually to keep ourselves clean? And I'm not into New Year's resolutions and I'm not into those kind of things, but I am into starting better practices that, what is this? No. We're not chatting with Gemini right now. I don't know what Gemini is, but
it's another AI.
Okay, see, I've got all these pop-up things that are going to pop up. I updated my computer and I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So give us a shout out and tell us who's on with us. And you don't have to use your real name if you don't want to, because, nobody's going to ask you to do that. But if you're part of the group, let us know, hey, group member, ECA, whatever, so we know who you are. And so what have you been doing starting January to take better care of yourself?
I've been trying to be more intentional about my time and how I can be more productive with it. And, checking in to see like, what are my needs? Am I making time for that? And I'm like, but am I also like balancing that well with the needs of others and things like that? Because in my world, if like for me, as I experience things like, if others in my realm are unsettled, and if it's, because of a lack of support on my part, like I also feel that even if I'm just taking care of my needs. So I have to, everybody has to be balanced for me to also feel like comfortable and balanced.
I get it. Well, it's the motherly instinct. Like we want to make sure that everybody in the house is fed. Everybody's got clean clothes. Everybody else's schedule's running smooth, because if their schedule runs smooth, our schedule runs smoother. It really makes it a lot easier. And trying to take care of everybody at one time is difficult.
It can be. Yeah, when sometimes things just get out of balance, and it's a natural thing. It's just, how do we get back into that flow?
Woo, that was not good. Sorry. My computer just went, woo. It's not tilting. Yeah, so for me, it was like, I think when the cold spell hit, my muscles started hurting more and I went more into pain syndromes. So, I talk about personal stories metaphysically and case things and paranormal things. We don't often share personal things except for, NDEs and things like that. But with COVID in me came like a whole series of inflammatory responses and histamine responses and other things. And so when the cold snap hit, I just kind of like, my body went, fuck. It was one big, we're going to lay here on the couch bed with my heating pad and my fuzzy blanket, and we're going to stay here. We're just going to, it's comfort. And then you get up and you walk and you go, this is not going to work. Like I cannot lay here and I've got to be mobile and I've got to do things.
Yeah, and that's a hard balance for me to strike too, because I do also have problems with my physical body. And Yeah, unfortunately, the weather does impact it, and it's just kind of like, and that's that delicate balance again, where it's just like I really just need to just sleep for 24 hours and not move, and then your body's like, I'm mad at you for that, and you're just like, but didn't you
Oh my
ask for
God.
that? Like,
Yeah. So the longer you lay there, the harder it is to get up and move. And
well, that's that physics thing. It's entropy.
oh,
So if you
Jesus.
start feeding too far into taking a pause, you just keep falling down that hill,
You do,
unfortunately.
and at 63, that hill is a very steep slope. I mean, it just goes, whoo. Like
Mhm.
I think mentally, I sometimes feel like I think like I'm in my 20s. Like I'll go, yeah, I can do that, and I might bounce. Like it's
Oh, for
gonna be
sure.
okay. Like let's just jump. I always tell people, just jump. Like you've packed your parachute, it's gonna go
Mhm.
off. If you don't, it's gonna be a hard landing, but we're gonna be okay, right? At 63, it doesn't feel the same as it did at 21.
It absolutely
It
does
just
not.
doesn't.
But I can relate to you. I'm 45, and it's just like, my brain does that too. It's like, you are totally 15. It's like, no, you're not.
No, no, maybe in spirit we are
In
just that,
spirit, for
but
sure.
no, my knees say otherwise, and my back and my elbow, because I was leaning on the couch and I was like sending my stuff to the publisher, and I'm leaning and I put all my weight on that, and now my elbow's fucked up, and I'm like, I was couch leaning. How can my elbow be fucked up from couch leaning?
I have a couch leaning injury.
And playing video games on my cell phone, like seriously, hi baby.
Yeah, that's bullet.
I don't know why I'm looking around the corner to see him. I'm like,
It's just like,
I'm like my
that is compelling video. If you can get people to do that, then you have a good shot.
my cat reaches behind the screen to see, is anybody there? Is anybody really there? So this week I decided that I was going to change a few things, and I got that amazing, awesome, beautiful massage chair. So I'm like in it a couple times a
Does it
day.
help?
It 100%, like
Good.
100%. I'm rollering my back, and my knots are starting to be gone, and my bruising has ended. Like I could tell the first 2 days it was like, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. I'm past the hurt now. It just feels good. It's relaxed. I've got movement where I didn't have movement. That's great. My calves haven't been tight. So that's a success. And I'm getting in the sauna and spending 30 minutes. And I am actually using heat. I'm opposed to sweating, but I'm using heat, and I'm up to 127 degrees in my salt sauna. So I sweated today. I did not like the sweat, but I did. And salt bathing. So that's my three things. Then I meant to get under my red light and then my NIR, and I did not get under my NIR today. But that helps a lot. It clears your brain. And I use my NIR when I'm doing healing work on people and I'm doing Reiki. Hey, how are you? Renee I'm going to butcher this. Renee Mawad. Mawad. Rainy Mawad? Hi. I'm sure I butchered that horribly. I am so sorry. My reading skills are not great.
I was just trying to pull up my thing because I've got the computer up now. I got the phone up so I can try to keep up with
I butchered it, didn't I? Yeah, the laughter says I butchered it. That's okay.
Aww.
You had a good laugh. There you go. Laughter is good medicine. It's good medicine. So I think with the fire horse coming in, and we've talked about this before, and it being 2026, and the climate, like Facebook has been mean.
Has it?
Social media has been really mean in the last week. Like, I know we had a conversation amongst ourselves about things that were going on, and then this morning, I think it was, like, time flies, right? I mean, time is made up. It's an illusion.
It's totally relative.
Morning, I got hit with a, big post. I had to get down. I don't know how long it was on my page. I'm supposed to approve posts that when people post on my page, but it was like, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck you. And I'm like, okay, then. So, you report it. And then, of course, that was a social strike against me because I'm harassing people that have different political views than I do. And so I don't discuss politics, and I do blast. Sometimes I blast different religions, but I won't. Political things just aren't like we're not going to discuss that. To me, politics is an illusion, and I think everybody's pretty fucked up in their beliefs because they're willing to let go of family and friends because of something that's not even real that the media has created. I just don't see it. It's a dividing. To me, it's a dividing thing. I think divide and conquer. And I think there's a lot of divide and conquer with the media going on right now. And I think if you're getting your information off of Facebook and, CNN and Fox and CBS and ABC and NBC and any of those TV shows, you're feeding into the mass populace of the sheepalism.
Well, I mean,
so that's not saying I'm right winged or left wing. I'm not winged. I'm not. That's created. That's an illusion.
Well, I mean, and I think that, I mean, for me, this is not the politics aspect of it per se, but it is an intensely personal topic in the regard that, like, my first degree was in mass communications broadcasting, right?
Yes.
So I was trained in a particular way. And I know the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And then if your story moves beyond that, it's personal narrative or personal opinion. And those are great. We used to have talk shows. We used to have Donahue, Ricky Lake. We used to have Oprah. We used to have all of these things, right? And that's where one would go for opinion pieces, right? And then now the format, and I watched it happening as I got my degree and then what happened thereafter with the wave. And it was really interesting because there was a pivotal point where I'd probably say about like 2003, 2004, that more opinions started to be brought into the conversation because that's when we had 24-hour news networks. Mm-hmm. And if you they would just cycle it again and again and again. So they had to insert this content. And unfortunately, it's moved from this is where you get your information. This is news. Make your own conclusions. We have to get to the next story. It's let me tell you about my feelings. And I'm like, go ahead, tell me about your feelings. But, book a time for it. I can help you with those feelings.
Right.
But that's not what this conversation's about, unfortunately. And I'm glad that we have feelings about things. A, it means that we're alive. That's a good thing. B, I mean, it's informative. Emotions are informative, but it doesn't always mean that they're correct, right?
That's
because
true.
They're totally tied to our limbic system, which is our reptilian brain. Now, if you have conversations with most homies in the psychological realm, they'll tell you that's not where logic occurs. No. It is not in your reptilian brain. That's where your fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and freak out is, right? So
the F words.
Yeah, all of the F words are found in your limbic system. F words. So, and it's favorite. And that's a really charged place to be. So it always tells me, like, if we're having like really charged emotional reactions, that this might have been the trigger, but there's so much underneath that isn't actually being explored, right? Because symptoms are never the problem. They are a behavioral systemic reaction to a problem.
Right.
So, and it's just until people get kind of you have to gain a little bit of distance, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a lot because, we live in a go society where, if somebody sends you a message, you're expected to reply right away. Like, you don't have time to process it, digest it, go, how can I best represent the situation where I show up for the greatest and highest good for everyone, right? In an objective way.
How many people do that anyway?
Time to process that, and you're expected just to be like this all the time. People are going to make mistakes.
But how many people do you think really are out there thinking, how do I show up in my best way? When you look at all the keyboard warriors out there and all the hurtful things and the people threatening people, based on an ideology that is yours, that you've created based on things that you believe on your phone and your TV, and you're out there making physical and mental threats towards people, do you think these are people that are showing up for a greater good of anybody, including themselves?
Well, I think that they think that they are.
Well, yeah.
And and so that tells me, again, we've got emotion in the front seat and we've got the ego driving, which are, dangerous combinations
Yeah.
if they're not, level.
Very dangerous. I mean, super, super dangerous.
Oh yeah, people are dying. People are being threatened. People are being bullied out of jobs. We live in a very toxic culture in the regard of let's cancel everybody. Let's litigate until, nobody can eat. Like, let's do all of these things. But which is all wonderful, except for it doesn't solve the problem. It creates 75 more.
Right.
So that's where, if I have like any contentiousness about it, it's like, I'm not seeing the solution oriented aspect of it. Now, does everybody like wake up in the morning and be like, how can I be my greatest good? You know what I mean? Like, no. That's a progression that kind of occurs in the development of a human being. Some people never get there,
I'm thinking there's a lot of people who aren't there.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll find the way.
I would like to be positive about that. I really would. And I know positivity is what's needed, but then you see some of the comments and some of the things going on, especially in what I would consider it should be. Ooh, I cannot stand this. Sorry. Should be an elevated community, and I'm not seeing it elevate the way it should be. And I think to me, that's a really big disappointment, because I'm not talking about just people who are like independently practicing, doing their own little thing in their house, going to work every day, showing up for their families and kids, and they're trying to make ends meet, and their focus is fear. Right now, their focus is fear. And I get that. I do. I don't live in it, but I understand it. What about the people that are out there taking care of and cleaning and trying to heal other people that are so skewed and so reactive, not responsive, but reactive in their choices, that are spewing so much hate and dissidence? And the thing is, they're supposed to be helping healing people, and they're carrying around that much hate. And what they're saying, if you listen close to what they're saying, and they need to listen close, is, I am love and light, and I am here to heal, but only if you believe like I do. Otherwise, I want you dead. And I'm getting that from more than one member of a community. I'm seeing it all across the United States with people who are readers, people who are metaphysical workers, people who are Akashic readers, people who are working on people's minds, bodies, and souls to do better. And yet, if you don't believe like you do, like they do, they want you dead. That is not a healthy. Nobody should be working on anybody if that is your mindset.
Well, that's tribalism. There's a word for that. And unfortunately, when you have a us versus them kind of perspective, there is always going to be that mentality, which again goes all the way back to the reptilian brain. And I mean, I think that if there's disappointment to be found from my end, it would be in the regard that we don't have to be the same to be cool. I want you to be different than me. Like, I'm different every day that I wake up. I don't know what kind of crap I'm going to get into that day. But it's one of those things where it's just like, we've lost, I don't want to say we've lost the ability. We've lost the skill currently to be able to see the humanity in ourselves and in others. Like, the moment that you can't recognize a human from a human and see what we have in common, then that's where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, what happened here? Right?
And they don't want to see the humanity, because there's nothing, if you and I think differently on a subject and we disagree, which we have things we don't agree on, we're able to put that aside and find something in common that we do have. that connects us.
Mhm.
And to me, that's a higher level thinking. That's where most humans should be at this point in time. We have evolved enough that rather than, and I'm just going to say this and I'm going to get some hate for this, stacking bricks on the corner and me breaking your building down and setting fire to it. We can go out and have lunch and have a drink and have laughs over other things and get along perfectly fine.
Mhm.
Like, there's nothing aside from moral code.
Mhm.
And I use morality. I'm not using that necessarily as a biblical word. I'm using that as a humanistic code. We do not kill each other. We do not steal from each other. We do not, basic morals that keep societies going, right?
Our social covenant, yes.
Yeah. As long as we don't violate that, we should be able to work together on things.
Yeah, I agree. But I never got those sunglasses that I got to put on, like in the movie. What is it? I think it's John Carpenter. I blame him for a lot of shit. I really do. I love him. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, I don't have those sunglasses where I can look at another person and hate them just to hate them, right? Because they're different than me. They think differently. They wear different clothes than I do. They're from a different culture, whatever. I just don't have that much time. I wish I did, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't know how to see other human beings that way. I'm like, I see another creature that has, the same structure that I do. We have the same body parts for the most part, we all eat food. We all breathe air. We all, you know what I mean? I'm like, I see more common factors than I see things that keep us apart, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just, it's very foreign to me. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around, but I get that other people get it, and I'm just not invited to that party.
I don't think I want to be.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm
well,
like,
I don't think I want to be. And I think media, there's something to be said for computers, and there's something to be said about phones and IT devices and things like that. Like, they bridge gaps, right? Like, we're able to talk to people from all over the world, right? We have people on watching us tonight that are like from clear around the world, and it's morning time. They're in maybe the middle of the night there. But with that comes the problem of let's hide behind the keyboard and be a smart ass and not be able
really
to back
that's
up
what it
word.
boils down to. Like, if you don't have the kahunas to be like, hi, this is my real name, this is who I really am, this is my real face, and this is what I have to say, and I'm gonna stand by it, hell or high water. So I mean, because my word is who the hell I am. It's my everything.
And I have had local metaphysical workers threaten me. Like, I've had them face to face with me.
Threaten you?
Tell me that I should be dead, that they hope I burn in hell. Which at least they had a set of balls to be able to say that to me, to my face. Like,
I appreciate that.
I appreciate the fact that that's how you feel. But it's also a stupid opinion. And I know, like, some people say, well, my opinion is relative to my world. Well, when you're as educated as some of these people are, and you're not looking past the posts on Facebook or what you see on TV to know that there's another whole story out there, that they're showing you what they want you to see on either side.
You blew my mind, Julie. I don't mean to interrupt you, but what does it mean when someone's okay? My opinion and my world, whose world? Like, is it because you're alive and you're having an experience, you are this now the purveyor of all that you see? Like, is that what that is? I mean, that's
feel like people think, I feel like people think that they know who people are, and they don't really know who those people are. And instead of maintaining a instead of engaging in a conversation, saying, would you share your belief system with me? And understanding that if you ask, you may not like what you receive, right? Because if I ask, what's your opinion? I may not like your opinion. But it's
why are you asking it? Okay, first of all, let's rewind just a second before. Why are you asking my opinion?
To see if it differs from my opinion.
Okay, so are you fishing for a
Yes.
fight? Well, then just come
Absolutely.
out swinging and let's not play with the pleasantries. You know what I mean?
But also,
Let's go.
but also, I've been told many times to quit using the word but also, I'm using the two together, two no-nos. Fuck, but also, thrown
She
in
had
there.
to throw in the holy grail of the bad words.
Fuck, but also, here's the other part to that. The other part is, just because I state something that may not seem factual to you, you are stating your opinion as fact to me. Therefore, we have two different views on the subject. What? You can't just go, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, how many times out of your mouth have you said, huh? Okay. Okay.
Well, but I mean, it's really okay. So now we're moving into a different territory when we're talking about people who find comfort in absolutes. And we all want to believe that that we're just these amazing people. We perceive everything, we're omnipresent, we know all, and our judgment is supreme, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that is nothing but ego.
True.
True. And if you notice, we have warning signs within our own internal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually when you feel like your britches are that big, you might have to go, oh, wait a minute. Is this all of me talking, or is this just my ego?
But nobody thinks about that. I say nobody. That's a generalization, but many people don't recognize that they're coming across from ego, and that's a source of issues.
It's a level of awareness, right? And it's also a level of like knowing yourself. But back to absolutes, people find a lot of comfort in that. It's difficult for many people to hi.
Did you just see her? As I've been waving at her.
So, and when you say that there is a yes and perspective, that can be incredibly earth shattering. Oh, look at that. She's got the peach stuff. It's good. And yes, all of the sake makers, they can reach us. We would be happy to
sponsor, to be the ambassador for your product. Completely. Because this fucking rocks. Yes. Don't drive after you drink it.
Don't do that or operate heavy machinery and be above the age of 21.
Absolutely. Well, or unless your state's an 18, and then 18 is cool too. But
which states are those?
This is Korean soju, and it's like really good.
So nice. And it is so nice.
Peach. It's so good. Target. You can buy it at Target.
Uh-huh. It's bougie for cheap.
It is very bougie from Target. Stay hydrated, my friends, with it.
I've got jasmine pearl tea. Like a triple flame tealing. We do tea. do.
Jasmine pearl. So it has the little pearls in it. The little.
Yeah. Well, what it is it's actually they call it jasmine dragon pearl tea. So like it's just green tea that are wrapped up in tiny little pearls. And yeah, it's just green tea, but I shouldn't say just green tea. I think green tea is magnificent. Excuse me. So yeah, when you get to that place where, we have to learn how to construct an in-between reality of, your perspective and my perspective. But I think that, again, we get to that point where people feel very defensive about their perspectives because their ego is kind of like going, I'm in charge. And that's wonderful. Except for, when your ego isn't paying attention to the other aspects of your psychology, and then also not taking it into consideration that there are others, right? And I mean, there is a way to make systems work. Like people have survived this long. So we figured it out at some point and it was happening.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like, and I think that there's just a lot of very different values. Now there's lots of theories out there And I think that it's probably a little bit of all of them, to be honest with you. But then there's that yes and kind of perspective. So, I mean, I definitely think that there's been some psyops going on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like
MK Ultra's back.
Well, but it's just kind of the, you know, and I mean, like we've talked a little bit before about just kind of like, you know, the history of media and the perceptions that have been around that. And when we live in such a busy world, my goodness, I cannot stress how busy this bloody place is.
Right.
You know, I mean, that makes people who are very, very anxious. There's a couple of things that can do. It can create a level of comfort for them because they aren't slowed down enough to be able to pay attention to everything else going on. And that concept is terrifying to them. So the busier it is, the louder it is, the more distractions that we have, then none of that's being tended to, right? And then that creates, like, I want to say, a static inside our bodies, right? But we're performative. We're here in our head. We're like, how do I show up? How do I look great? How do I knock everybody out of the room? What do I do to be the best, right? Because that's a great thing to do. Or how do I support the best? Whatever it is that your goal is. Like, but then after a while, people start to unravel. And they start to unravel because the static that's going on inside of their body is just too much for them.
Yeah.
And so when we go in this drive society, what ends up happening is people will have nervous breakdowns. They will have their bodies will literally collapse on them.
They go into a crisis, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. There's a crisis that occurs.
For sure. And, you know, but as long as we have these distractions, like all of that stuff is just going to continue to snowball. So,
and it doesn't help that people leave their TVs on when they're at home 24/7. And some people put on the doom scrolling channels where that's all they're bombarded with.
What is it? Okay. I'm so from the 1900s. I have heard this term. I think I have a concept of it, but for the sake of my just curiosity, give me an example of what doom scrolling, like terminal, like you're just glued there with your mouth open and drool hanging out.
Pretty much.
What is that?
It's called doom scrolling because everything is gloom and doom.
Oh, so you're just like watching like A&E and it's just the dark crime like investigations? Because I'm like,
more
that's a really good idea for a Friday night.
Yeah. Or, you know, well, that, you know, definitely, you know, your who killed who, your murder shit. That's definitely doom and gloom. But no, more like your media stuff that where the sensory bombardment and the
well, it's hypnotizing.
It is hypnotizing. And you know, like let me go back so that I don't offend anybody politically. Let me make it, I'm going to offend somebody anyway, no matter what I say, but let me jump to a time where we can talk about, let's go back to the COVID death counts in 2021, where every 15 minutes on the radio and on TV, they were running worldwide death counts. Now, first of all, let's think about this from a realistic perspective. I know over 75% of people listening to this podcast will go, those were actual numbers. From a healthcare standard, no fucking way. First of all, there is no real-time clock to count the number of bodies that are accumulating in places. There is no real-time clock to count the diagnosis that had COVID included in it when the person was terminal cancer and was given less than a week to live, and COVID took them out. You can't count that as a COVID death. The Alzheimer's people that went out in the cold because they were Alzheimer's, they had dementia, but they died of COVID. No. So that clock was wrong. That count was wrong. Everything was off. It was
it was serving a particular narrative. It's not that lots of people didn't die. They absolutely did. Absolutely, they died.
But it had nothing to do with that count. But that was there to psyops people and freak them out.
It was and what we've found in subsequent disclosures, but also, like, you know, people who work in the healthcare industry know otherwise when they're not completely just out of their head from being sleep deprived and overworked.
Right.
And one of those things is, first of all, I have a problem with like, broadcasting numbers like that, because somewhere inside of me as a clinician is just like, that's a HIPAA violation. And then also, I'm somewhere in me, I'm like, but then there's also the fact that they did include, like, if there was a death count, they were just kind of, it could have been from, gangrene, and they would have been like, it's COVID.
It went so
because
bad.
It was in that time frame, and it was serving their particular narrative in the moment.
I can tell you for a fact that local hospitals and local clinics were told, I'm in Jeff City, so anybody come at me that wants to come at me, that's healthcare. In their death counts, if they had an automobile accident, a fatality-based automobile accident that came in, and one of those people tested positive for COVID, they would list that as a COVID death. They were told by the CDC, sorry, or CBC, I'm thinking CBS. They were told to report that as a COVID-related death.
Mm-hmm. Now, right, because it was serving their narrative.
Right, because it served their narrative. So when you're bombarded with things like that, when you're bombarded with a video clip of a shooting, I'm not saying ICE agent, I'm saying a shooting. Go to the Penn State riots, those people who are as old as I am. Go back to the Penn State
riots. That happened in the 70s. I did a book report on it.
So, when those Penn State riots came out, they didn't show the videos of the whole thing. They didn't show the Molotov cocktails coming the other way.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole lot of fucked up shit that went on 24 hours before things occurred. So, and I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong. I'm saying there's always another side. There's always another video out there. Get the whole picture before you start threatening to kill people.
I agree.
Something that you believe is. So people watch that on CNN, Fox, any station. I hate TV. Like, I hate news channels. So it's not like I'm picking left wing, right wing. I don't believe in media. I don't believe what they're showing us is not even real. And some of those tapes, people, do your research, because there are videos right now in 2026 that are being shown that I can plug you back to the 70s and 80s and the 90s and even 2000s that they're running clips of from Afghanistan and Pakistan and all those countries. Those are old ass fucking videos. You can find them.
Oh, yeah.
Do your research. They're not current videos.
Mm.
They're not.
Well, and see, the thing that I if I can impart anything to people, and I know I read her and I'm like, I love like her comments. I'm like, yay. I'm so glad she's here. But it's that, like, if you want to know whose opinion you're hearing when it comes to any particular news source, unless they truly are a group of people who have integrity to the actual profession and the purpose of it in general, all you have to do is find out who owns that conglomerate. And then now you understand that particular person's message is what's being delineated to you. Yeah. And it's not that you're being shown lies. You're being shown a clip of something that's not going to give you a full context of anything. Correct. And, if anything that's been exposed now that people have phones and people are being their own like personal journalists and all of that stuff, which I think is great because, you never know what you're going to catch. But that's become even more clip oriented and less context oriented and stuff like that. And I'm not saying if you don't have the training to have a camera, then you shouldn't have one. I'm not going to say that at all. But I'm just saying,
get in.
Back in the day, we had ethics that we had, and it was you cannot do this. And then they would give us examples of things from videos of news clips world round, and just be like, there was an investigation, guess what we found about this, and then guess what the news crew do. I mean, look at the BBC right now. They're getting their arse handed to them.
Yes, they are,
because they didn't do who, what, when, where, why, and we're going to commercial. That's all you got to do. It's a real simple job. It's all W's. Well, and there's one H. Okay, there is one H, but still. And unfortunately, like, because of that, and because context isn't provided, when people don't have context, it's very difficult to reach an intelligent conclusion, right?
Then use your brain and go research it. Look at it
You'd have to
before
be
you
able to
move
trust the
on.
sources that you're going
You
to for
do.
research. So
You
a
do.
lot
You
of
can't
people
go
go
to
to
the same
Wikipedia.
sources. You can't go
And
to the same sources that created that source and only use those. That's why
well,
we use in research, we use a multitude of sources.
well, yeah, you're supposed to, for sure. But then who has the time to do that? Like, we have very limited time to be able to think critically about things because we have overextended ourselves.
That's true.
So, and that's a part of it.
That is
Like,
a part
you
of
are
it.
only susceptible the way that you are. You're only disorganized and dysregulated the way that you are
Yeah.
because you have too much bloody stuff going on.
And that was created too. The constant bombardment was created because then you don't catch the stuff. You
Well,
you don't see the guy hiding behind the curtain. You don't think about pulling back the curtain to look because you're so busy. I'll get to that later. And later doesn't come. Yeah. New Year's is when you're supposed to, in quotation marks, to make these new huge goals to change. We're not meant to be making big changes right now. It's rest and reflect.
for sure.
Oh, excuse me.
110%.
Yeah. 100%. But again, media driven for businesses. It's the fiscals from July to July, but the new year starts the new resolutions and change and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the next season of buy and command performance. Gyms. The gyms make a killing off of January 1st. Fitness places.
Mm-hmm. They do. Well, and it's not about a resolution. It's and I want to agree with that comment 110%. Like, because many people like are not comfortable with change. Right. And
Right.
then, words have power. So, like, how we try to implement those changes also really kind of matters. So, like, if I said, hey, Vanna, you really got a fat ass, you need to get up off of it. You need to move, girl. You need to get to the gym. You need to do all that. Like, yeah, I can do all of that. I mean, I can spend $175, for membership fee a month or whatever the hell it is. So I'm not really abreast on this. Or I could just get up and I could walk. For free.
Yeah.
For free. And it's just kind of like, it's also how I say that message to myself.
Absolutely.
I don't feel very good when I'm like, like, you're worthless. You look it, get up. You know what I mean? That can be motivating for some people, but it's not a good motivation. It's more like, you would feel better if you got out and you moved around some more and you got some fresh air in your lungs and you could go out and you could walk, and it's going to be great because you're going to see everything that you haven't taken the time to notice before. Now I feel like, oh, well, I'm about to go on an adventure. You know what I mean? It's completely different.
It's how you see it. It's how you view.
For sure. And it's also, but back to the big changes thing, like, no, that makes people feel very uncomfortable. That's why people stay in bad relationships. That's why people keep bad habits. Like, it's just like, you have a routine. It feels comfortable. You're comfortable there. Comfort.
Anger. Think about anger and frustration. Very few people motivate in a positive way when they're angry and frustrated. So what do you do when you're sitting there doom scrolling? Like, I kitten scroll. Like, I fart scroll. I kitten scroll. I have a whole agenda of things. And farting dogs on cats is really funny. Like, that scares the fuck out of the cats. It's great. Like, there's like a whole lot of funny videos. I like the sense of humor ones. Stoned people who are way elevated and they get on and they do these videos and it's fun as hell. I like those kind of things. But
you can pick and choose your experience. That's what's interesting about entertainment.
Yeah, you pick and choose. But if you're angry over all the stuff you're seeing, what are you going to do? Most people don't go, gosh, I'm really angry and I'm frustrated at this world and these motherfuckers. So I think I'm going to go walk and get healthy, says no one. They go to the refrigerator, they eat the junk food, they go back and they sit there and they're angry at the world. And then they take it, they keyboard warrior, they get on there and they say hateful comments because I hate those motherfuckers we're on a fuck count today. I think I'm like up to 10.
We should have one of those counters up for sure.
I should do that. I actually had somebody who would count for me. They're not on, but when I switched.
No, but I'm so sorry. First of all, I never had the opportunity to say that. I'm so sorry that people have come up to you and confronted you
It's
with that
human
energy.
nature anymore. It's human nature.
It is human nature, and it's gonna happen. But maybe I'm just ignorant, and I've never had the privilege to be pissed off by you. I can't imagine. I mean, you bring so much, and you are not of love or light, my dark sister. But at the same time, you bring so much love and light to me. And you're such a joy, and you're so incredibly beautiful and vibrant. And I'm so thankful that you're here. And I mean, I've definitely had my brushes with death by the hands of other people. So I know what it's. I can relate to that. And I've been threatened, and I've all of those things, and those are horribly distressing. And it's just to have that energy thrown at you. It's really bad.
I think it's more disappointing for me because I look at these people and I'm like, you better get that count to 13. Well, fuck. There we go.
Now you got a counter.
It's my pod. I can cuss when I want to cuss. They just have to cut it out. They just cut it out of things. Like, whatever. It doesn't go well on some of the shows, on some of the channels, but it's okay. It's okay. I think it's more disappointing to me than do I get angry? Hey, she's on.
There she is.
Click the link and come on. Just talk to us.
Yeah, just talk to us.
Yeah, just talk to us. You can take the video, shut your video cam off, and just come on. I think I'm more disappointed in humanity when they do shit like that, because it's like, really, like, okay. So let me put things in Julie's perspective for everybody listening. Like, I make no qualms about my belief system when it comes to some people. The lowest of humans out there, I gave you a link on your text. If you click on it on your phone, it will take you to this screen.
It'll bring you to the studio.
It'll take you into the studio. And then make sure that your microphone is on and your camera is off. Your video should be off, and then it's just a blank screen. It'd be okay. We'll make it. Pedophiles to me are the lowest human being, and if you're a pedophile, you can get the fuck off my channel. I don't care. Like, I have nothing good to say about those. Vanna, I'm sure, can come up with some psychological things that make you a redeeming human being. I'm not going to do that. I haven't
worked with that clientele, so I've
had whole
that's out of my competency. Like,
I've had a unit of 30 at one time. I'm not. I'm not.
It's different. You've had a lot of experience. By all means indulge.
The recidivism rate is 97%, regardless of how you're treated. Even with chemical castration, you mess with kids, you do some bad shit to kids. I don't like you. That's just how I feel. Whoa.
I don't disagree. I'm not. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have empathy for people who actually recognize what they've done and they truly do want to change.
But if you can't change, if there's something that makes you unable to change, then don't come at me. Like, I don't fucking care.
Well, don't come at me, but I am interested in learning more about your brain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I would love that too. But see, to me, that puts those people on that level. Hey, beautiful, how are you?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you just fine.
You're so little on my phone.
So little on my phone. Oh, shit.
I'm used to watching this on my laptop.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Well, there we go. Well, that's not very pretty, but we'll do that.
Can you move her banner over her little circle?
Oh, nope, I can't. I've just got a bar.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So what are we talking about? I just popped in. So
we're talking about, Julie was letting us know about pedophiles.
We were talking about the hate people who display, really hateful reactions and make threats in communities and media driven philosophies, and taking care of yourself and not believing everything that you hear, and not being so one-sided that your goal should not be the betterment of your fellow mankind. And To me, when you put somebody like Vanna apologized for some threats that I received earlier today. I think it was today. We were talking about that too. Like time and space is irrelevant when you stay home. It is like you're just in your own little bubble. But to me, pedophiles are the lowest human beings, and I put that out there. Like I know that there's people out there that don't believe that, and everybody should get a fair chance. Not in my world, not in Julie's world. That's just Julie. Doesn't necessarily represent the corporate philosophy of the channel and station that I'm on. There's my legal disclaimer, or any guests that I have on my podcast. However, that being said, when you stoop to make threats to people because of an ideology that is false, because you don't see all of it, none of us know what really goes on with the man behind the curtain, right? And when I say man behind the curtain, no, I'm not talking about the president. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking the world of the, Wizard of Oz. I have to say that too.
We like metaphors here.
Yeah. This is not a political comment. This is there's always somebody running something behind the curtain that no one is aware of. Then grow up and quit keyboard warrioring and quit being stupid. Like it's time we start taking care of our mental health and not doom scroll and not attack each other, but working together. That was my whole point. That was like an Aries long-winded bullshit thing, but
I have a lot to say on this topic. I joined this podcast way too late, but
I
we've been in meetings all day. So,
no, you go ahead, take it over.
That's okay. It's just, being a survivor of that situation, is, I definitely feel that my perspective on that, holds a lot of weight because I have experienced it myself and at a very young age. And, those people like that, there's not even a word for it. There's not even a word. There's not a sound. There's nothing. They're just nothing. And it's, yeah.
To me, they're the lowest of low species.
I mean, it's,
rocks don't do that shit. Everybody says, I don't want to come back as a rock, but a rock doesn't do that shit to each other.
Hey, I'd love to come back as a rock, but you see all the beautiful rocks in our studio?
Yeah,
I mean, I've
been working on that all day.
Do you see how good I am at this segue there?
I know, right? It's just kind of like, but no, that is whatever you guys are saying, and I don't even know all of it, but I know you guys and I wholeheartedly agree. But there isn't, I feel that those type of people they're not even in this consciousness. They're not even in this like dimension. There's something that is just so absent with them.
And they're predators. They're so predatory.
Absolutely.
And not in a healthy, the lion eats the deer because it's hungry type of predator way. Like, the food, not in a food chain predator way. Like not in, it's just a whole thing. And I think humans have become that. And I think I personally think the agenda of the media and the people feeding the media, the man behind the curtain, is to divide and conquer and separate families, parents from children, parents from parents, couples, people, society, and divide. And if you crack society enough, like an egg that's you're hard boiled, when you crack that fucker, we're up to 15 now. From my ECA sister that's on, I'm up to 15. When you crack that fucker 16 enough times that it's eggshell cracked, literally everything falls apart, and then you can take over and do whatever the agenda is to do. We don't know that. People out there think we know what's going on. We do not know what's going on. We're fed bit by bit on purpose, like Oz fed everybody involved in his kingdom.
Absolutely. And that's why where I am is I just continue to be a good person. I continue to offer what I do and, how I help people and, just walk through this fucked up existence that we are in right now. Oh, can we cuss on here? We can cuss
She's
on here,
2.
right?
She's up to 2. You got 14 more to catch up with me.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
and that
wait,
was that's how we got stuck on all this
we have
was,
a curse jar count? Okay. There's a
we're,
curse jar count.
we're supposed to, we got to fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm up to
I
17.
love it. I
So,
love it. That's awesome. That's
you know, the
awesome.
thing is, we're supposed to be light work. Oh, I say light workers. That flew
Nope.
out. I don't know where that came from. Metaphysical
Nope.
workers.
Yes.
You know, but we're supposed to be like, oh, we're light years ahead. That's what I was thinking. We're supposed to be light years ahead of everybody. You know, Buzz Lightyear, you know, yay to the rescue. And I'm seeing so much fucked up shit, 18, sorry, out there that I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. 18. There we go. And I'm just gonna every time just somebody add a number to it. There's my count. I
She's
think
at 18 for her fuck count. Oh, sorry, I was
we're up
talking
to
to Becky.
3. Angie's up to 3. I think we're at a point where people need to do better. Like, where's the accountability in our area as metaphysical workers? Where's our accountability? There used to be an accountability to be like the master teachers, the master educators out there. Strive to be more calm and peaceful like Buddha. Strive to have the love of Jesus. Whatever. There's so many. You know, and if you're a kung fu, you know, maybe it was Confucius. I don't know, but like there was
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi was great.
Yes.
Be the grasshopper. You know, all that shit's gone.
Yes, it is. Gone. But with that said, we still have to hold true to who we are and continue to be that, you know, that person.
But that doesn't mean because, you know, the bad side of who we are.
Absolutely not.
No, it doesn't give you an excuse to keyboard warrior or to bully.
Oh my gosh, no.
You know, we shouldn't be doing that. We should.
And when I say who we are, I'm talking about who we are as the practitioners that we are. And you know, as oh my gosh, she's got the sake. She's got the peach sake.
I know. I feel like, you know, if we're gonna do this, we all have to have it.
I know. Jealous.
Well, I'm gonna bring it to Pajama Jam.
Fabulous.
Ooh, I might have to go on a sake break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. But no, that's what I'm saying is we just have to continue to do the work that we are here to do. And it's
thank you.
Little sister, you are just absolutely amazing. I just love you to pieces.
That's such a great comment.
You. Thank you for that.
You. My heart is full.
Yes.
And my belly is down.
I just love what we're building. I just love ECA. I love the collective. I love all of it. But you know, we just have to stay true to who we are as the practitioners that we are. And you know, it is hard to do what we do in, you know, the country the way that it is now, just because, you know, we're here to help people with trauma. We're here to help people navigate, you know, that trapped energy from traumas and all of that.
Right.
And every single fucking day is a trauma. And but once again, we stay true to who we are and, you know, moving forward. And, you know, that's what makes me feel good, whether, you know, the world ends in a year or less than a year or 100 years, you know, whatever, or it doesn't end at all. I know that I lived my life with integrity. I know that I, you know, was present for those that need me and that, you know, are guided to me and, you know, to the collective and what it is that we do. And that's all that honestly that I need at this point. You know,
Absolutely.
It's just, I know who I am. I know what I am meant to do here. And unfortunately, it sucks that the world is the way that it is right now. But I see social media, I see the things coming across the screens and all of that. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, all right, well, it's a shit show again today, you know, but I keep moving forward.
If more people question, that's my thing is I think if more people questioned and did more research, they would find out that the truth is someplace in between. And Everything
But
is like, I don't like that. Everything
but
is so one-sided. It is so one-sided. There is so much more to stories that are out there. And we have
agreed.
brains. We have tremendous brains.
Agreed.
Let's
But
do
also
some
at the same
research.
time,
Let's
it
do
doesn't
some
need
research.
it doesn't need to happen because we know who we are. And the ones that are on this, oh my goodness, y'all are making me jelly. And the ones that are in alignment with us are the ones that we're going to move forward with. And that is just,
It's true.
that's where I'm at.
No,
And
it's so true. But I think people
oh,
need to get to
both of
know
you.
themselves
Yeah,
better.
okay. Y'all need another cup. Y'all need 2 more cups for me and Becca. So just
Okay, I'll
saying.
go grab my cups.
I can't
They're
leave my
sitting here
studio.
drinking
So.
sake. No, it's okay. You don't have to
Well, no,
leave your
wait a minute. I got a
studio.
bottle. There's one person.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a bottle.
So you can
I
just
got a bottle. We got 2
you can
people. We're
take
all here.
you can take swigs for both of us then.
Okay.
We got 4.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's
Okay.
that's where I am. I see the chaos of the
Spinning it
world
so
and
nobody else
everything,
will
but
drink it
I
for you.
still show up. I go to my studio, I do my massages, I do my shadow work, I see my clients, I do everything that and and I will get up and I'll do it the next day.
Yeah, we'll
And
continue. And we
mhm,
continue, I would like to think, with pure hearts.
exactly.
And
And
you know what? I don't
authenticity.
care what your political belief is. I will see you as a client. I just want to put that out there.
Absolutely.
For those people out there that are screening clients and thinking about this, or maybe they're
Mhm.
just hypocritical and they're not screening clients, but they're screening friends and screening family and screening, but are still seeing the clients because they want your money. Think about how, yeah, did you like that? It's my thought.
Well, I text you who we just got out of a meeting with, so
Mhm.
yeah, it's mm, I can't see. Who is that? What is that? Is
That
that
was, I'm trying to get, that's Kenny looking at
Oh,
you
is that
this morning.
Kenny? Oh, that's when he was outside of the sauna door.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. He wanted in so bad, she wouldn't let him in the sauna.
Well, I opened the door,
That's so funny. He's
but then
like,
he
okay,
wouldn't.
just kidding.
Whoop.
No, but to catch you up though too, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about finding the humanity in each other again, like, and not leaning into tribalism and tuning out the distractions so you can remember who you are, so you can focus on who you are. And I mean, all messages have impact. Like, we are metaphysicians. We believe in frequencies. We don't just believe in it, but scientifically we understand how it works and it impacts people. Oh, that's
Goes,
awesome.
you see.
That could be so many people to me. Who is that?
So you see the signature?
Yes, Jesus loves you.
So this is Jesus from The Walking Dead.
Okay. I was
Oh
like,
my
see,
gosh,
I knew
I
it was
loved him.
Jesus. I just didn't know which one.
I knew it was Jesus. I just didn't know which one.
So I had to put that up there right now. She said, when the world comes to an end or whatever, like Jesus.
I said like in a year or 100 years
Jesus
or
loves you.
whenever. It's just, yes,
Well, of
that's
course
awesome.
he does.
I
Has
love
he
that.
seen us? I'm done.
That's awesome.
Like, who wouldn't want to go out and be their awesomest for the day?
Mm-hmm. But and that's what we're
wouldn't want
building too, is we're building a collective of these frequencies. And it's
We got one
like I
from
said, it's just we are what?
I
I'm sorry,
almost
what?
burped on air.
No, we have
Oh,
another
gosh.
cup. So where are we at? Like, we're at 22 now? We got one in the comments.
Well, mine, I don't know. Yeah, well, we've had a couple. So if you add other people's comments, we're probably up to like 25 or 26.
Rock and roll. It's happening.
That's
we break
awesome.
33, we're going to be doing good.
But yeah, like, I mean, frequency healing and stuff like that. And I mean, and the messages, words have power, and like what you're feeding yourself is you're consciously making those decisions, right?
Okay.
And it's just like, one would hope that as a metaphysical practitioner, they would understand that, they would have a better understanding of regulation and grounding and being able to be objective, right? But unfortunately, as humans, we're all susceptible to being manipulated, right? And if you wake up in the morning and you believe like nobody can pull the wool over my eyes, then well, it's just kind of like you're setting yourself up for some sadness and disappointment.
Working in the prison system, let me tell you how many times I thought I was on top of my A game and got manipulated. Holy spicoli. I just want you to know you're on your A game every single day in the prison system, and yet every day somebody would go, and I'd have to go, that was good. Well played. That was my response to him was, damn, well played. Well played. Like it didn't.
But now you got that in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Don't do that one again now, because now it's in my book. Right. You just showed your big play.
And to support what Venom was saying, like it's important as practitioners to, like, if you are going you are a whatever it is that you be, you need to make sure that you walk that walk, right? Like before you have the cojones or, the ovaries or whatever, body part, you need to be able to get through that moment to be able to tell somebody to do something that you yourself are not willing to live, breathe, and do yourself.
Well, unfortunately, as we've seen in multiple practices around us and people stealing stories and various other things, there's a lot of hypocritical folks out there.
Oh my goddess. That is the understatement, I think, of the century. I mean, I have been on my journey for almost a decade now. And I have witnessed, I have been exposed, I have seen, so many different things. And that is why I will not tell someone I am a light worker. I am not love and light. I'm not going to blow, sunshine and rainbows up your ass to make you feel better about yourself. No, I'm going to help you deal with the shit that you need to deal with so you can rediscover, your own healing power. But that's not going to be easy. That's not going to be all love and light. No, I am love and truth. And truth is what is going to be that ultimate, can't find my words, but thing that gives you that clarity is when you accept your truth, you face your truth, you speak your truth. But, people that don't do that and they do things for the wrong reasons and they're inauthentic and, just catty as fuck. But anyways, that stuff is going to fall apart and that stuff people are going to see through that. But, what we offer is something that, you're not going to come to us and, we're not going to be all smiles and pretend like everything is okay and all of that. No. Let's bring that shadow to the surface. Let's see what we've got going on.
Tough love. We're tough love.
Exactly.
Well, it's about integration.
Exactly.
So we don't have those two separate selves like competing for the light. Or what I mean by the light is kind of a schizophrenic term, but it really means like the one who's driving the whole operation.
Exactly. I don't know. My demon sits co-partner. They're my ride or die.
Well, sometimes they take the wheel.
Well, we were talking about the ego, and we were talking, it was the ego, and what was the other thing that was riding in the front seat? I don't remember. But when those two are driving the car, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with sometimes, like you need to jump seat and shift, you get pulled over on something heavy. Oh, sure. I'm going to tell you, my demon's going to take the seat. Like he was driving. I swear he was driving. It was not me.
I have to be there when you get pulled over eventually, just so I can hear her explain this to the cop. Just be like, all right, my demon was driving. You caught my demon, but I'm
you know how Vanna is when she takes things like literally sometimes, and she's just like, okay.
That was not me. You don't understand. I was having a moment back there. I cannot explain what happened, but that other side of me took the wheel. And I was like, I lost time baby, run. And you can do this, but I know I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't me. That was
yeah. I know, right?
If
I
you
think
want me to
everybody
go
knows
to
in the
take
past,
it,
don't
like
you?
I can get a psych before I get a bad ticket. I can get a
I
careless and
think
imprudent, or
we
I
just
can
need
get a
to
psych,
center
and that'll for
the voice like
72
over a
hours.
little bit
So
more.
I'm
But
thinking
yeah,
it's a
I
little
like
bit
that one
vacation.
better than the. Sorry, we're working on logos over here, but
Yeah, I'm not ever getting rid of my shadows, darling. It's
hell
not
no.
happening. My shadow creature is amazing.
My
It
shadow
works at the same
literally
right?
saved my life. I just had to realize that that's what that was.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, it just and sometimes that's the hardest thing is because
time.
you don't want to face that. You don't want to face the parts of yourself that, you know, you don't like or that other people don't like, or, you know, it's just like, oh, well,
Right.
let's just push that down and we're just going to continue, you know, doing the daily grind and all of that and not work on, you know, truly healing. But that's, you're just not being authentic, not being authentic. And, but yeah,
That's where
my
a lot
shot.
of the insanity comes from.
Well, yeah.
That's
Oh,
what we
well,
were talking
yeah.
about. So it's
Hey, do
called
you ever want for self-care to have somebody like stand in your face and say something and just be able to tritone, fuck you, and then just go back and just be like, hey, you know, like, sorry, that just came out.
Yeah, no, people swallow that. Like you swallow that. You swallow all of your pain, all your frustration, all your disappointment, all your anxiety, all of these things just so you can appear a certain way in front of everybody else. And that's beautiful. Like it's gorgeous. You look like that anyway. You just get your feelings together. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like you don't. I mean, first of all, I want as one who studies deviant others, as it has been termed in some books, or you know, people with pathologies, right? Especially like the dangerous ones, like the predators and things like that. I forgot what I was saying because I was trying to find the right words. Where was I going, girls?
As one who studies these
Yeah, no,
One
but
who studies the deviant others.
yeah, no, I mean, I think it's really fascinating when people don't understand that if they could, I just can't imagine like as an individual, and there are individuals who do some really dark stuff, but it's just like most people are guilt ridden over and just I for things that are really not that bad. They're just really not that bad. And I don't understand the need to want to, I mean, it just lets me know that like they have to like come to a place where they can forgive themselves and then they can accept themselves with love. And that does take a lot of bravery to go, hey, you know, let me even just list the things out loud that I don't like.
How much of that is church driven? Let's go down a whole nother hole. How much of that
Gosh, we'll be on here for another hour.
unacceptability
And societal expectations for sure. Yeah. And it's just like our like what people like, we have a lot of internal voices that drive us, right? And it's just like, so we go back to the very beginning to where we learned our attachments and then we learned our social rules, right? And then if we feel like we act out of a way that hasn't adapted well to our survival, then our very survival is at threat.
Right.
But when none of those rules make sense anymore, you have to be able to transition and rewrite the rules so they do fit the narrative now. And that's okay. It's a part of growing up as a human being. And that doesn't happen at any particular age. It's a development process that can take, you know, decades. I don't know if we ever really get over it, but we get closer, you know. And I just don't think, I think that there is a lot when it comes down to definitions and when it comes down to understanding things. And we were talking about absolutes and where there's comfort in that because there's certainty. You know, it's like understanding the people's definitions, their concept of the things that they talk about, right? So when you say shadow, when you say darkness, they're thinking the worst of the worst possible, like ninth layer of hell.
Well,
right?
So when you use the word deviant, their minds are thinking they're going straight to the worst things too.
Well, yeah. Also, you know, I mean, in a way, it's truly facing your quote unquote demons, you know, because that is the things that you don't like about yourself. Those are the things that are brought to the surface whenever you decide that, you know what, enough is enough. I'm tired of living this life. I'm tired of, you know, being miserable. I'm tired of doing all of this. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to embrace this demon, so to speak. You know, it's just.
On the flip side, though, sometimes the demon is the one that makes you uncomfortable
to help you change.
enough
to
to
help
help
you
you.
to change. Like
Exactly.
sometimes
That's
the
why
demon's
I
the one
said,
whispering, you need to knock the fuck out of this person and leave. Like, you know,
well,
like,
yes,
I'm
true.
serious. Like sometimes the demon's the one that goes, how much are you going to take before you snap?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we have this saying in my household.
Oh, they defend you
I like
for real.
peace at all costs, but sometimes you got to punch a motherfucker in the face to have a little peace.
Well, let's go back to Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, we avoid confrontation, but if it comes to you and it's knocking at your door, you can open it.
Yeah.
But that's that permission piece. At some point, you need, as a survivor, you have you kind of have to you have to give yourself permission to be put first in that moment.
Sometimes that's the demon that does that.
It is, and I'm agreeing with you.
It's opposing everything we've been taught, everything we've been brainwashed to be. Be passive, be the good little girl, keep your mouth shut, put up with this, you know, be subservient, please everybody, blah, 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 blah. You know.
What's socially acceptable in the circumstances.
Well, yeah, because it's conditioning. It's being conditioned by parents, so you know, society, all of it. And when you don't really truly know who you are until you start believing for yourself, and you know, not based on what has been passed, you know, onto you. It's just, I mean, me personally, my beliefs have changed like immensely because of, you know, I kind of grew up in a Southern Baptist household for many years, and yeah, that's not quite I don't quite have those beliefs anymore. And I'm in a place now where, you know, yes, I'm still healing every day and I still deal with, you know, things that I have had to deal with in my life, but I am much more at peace now, believing the things that, you know, are true to me than trying to fit into a, you know, a certain
expectation or
dynamic.
box.
Well, that too, you know, you know, I don't live in a box. Nope. There are no boxes around me. And so yeah, and I truly believe that whenever, you know, you do start to heal is whenever you're ready to start believing for yourself. And I think that is a huge thing right now, like with the state of where we are right now, is that people have to look into their hearts and truly tune in and see what their truth is. And if their truth is to be an asshole, their truth is to be an asshole. If their truth is to be like, okay, something's not right here, then, you know, that's their truth.
Well,
But
and I
I'm
think
not
so many people live in fear, and the fear guides their truth. That's not real truth.
No,
Fear
no.
is never
And that
real
is shadow
truth.
work. And that is shadow work, being able to, you know, see exactly where does that fear originate from? Where does it come from? Where does it stem from? You know what? Let's find out.
But then
And that way
don't
you can
guide others while
actually
you're figuring that out.
exactly.
Well, that's a lot of
Exactly.
passion. That's a lot of passion and ego. I think when those passion and ego, when they get in the front seat, that's who's driving the car when things get a little, I don't know, punk rockish, I guess. Things get like you never know what's gonna happen. And you know, and it is hard to be able to delineate in the human experience, like the awareness of like, you know, really who is in charge there. And honestly, like when we have a pathology that has been taking over our system as hosts, they're going to do everything in their power as a disease or as a pathology, however you want to classify it, or as a problem, to steer you away from the things that are going to guide you to something better. Right.
Well, negative feeds negative. Negative will draw. You can't create more negative, but you can turn neutral energy into negative or positive. And so negative is more apt to try to convert to negative. It has a need to do that.
Well, and I mean, you know, it's, you know, I mean, they're negative emotions, but to be honest, like your system is just like, you know, adrenaline is adrenaline and it's going to feel good, even if it's bad for you.
Right.
You know, like when you know you shouldn't participate in a fight, when you know you shouldn't participate in cattiness and things like that, but you just can't help yourself. because the fire of the moment just took you forward. And I mean, I can't really explain why people feel so comfortable right now being treating people the way that they wish that they wouldn't treat themselves, right? Or wouldn't want to be treated in return. And then, but I'm just kind of at a loss when it comes to that, other than, we are very sensitive creatures. We are sponges, and we absorb other people's emotions. We absorb their words. We absorb their behavior, and it completely impacts how we're going to react in that moment or respond. Right.
Yeah,
because respond
absolutely.
is like a wonderful word here.
Oh yeah, there's a huge difference between reacting and responding.
For sure. And
And a lot of people are reacting.
it's that
Mhm.
awareness of being able, like for me, that's like a red flag when your body's an instrument. So when you feel that kind of reaction, you have a choice still. You can give yourself a break so you can process and digest this and go, okay, now what should I do? What would be the best thing to do as a response, right? Or you can just react. And usually when people react, they get in a lot of trouble. So it's just like,
Hold my beer.
just give yourself that permission to be like, give yourself a moment, give yourself a beat to be like, who's in, to try to find that awareness, right?
I tell people 7. Like I advise my clients 7. 7's a magical number. You can use any number. 7's just my number. Ken Konecki used 9s. Count back from 100 in 9s. Was it such a good idea? Is it still such a good idea? 7 to me is like, if you can wait 7 seconds before you make a decision to react or respond, 7 seconds is a long time. It really is. When you're sitting there in silence, 7 seconds is a long time. If you can make it 7 seconds, then make it another 7 seconds and see how far you can go before you, quote, respond. Like, let your brain have time to engage. For people who are anime followers, Ken Kaneki's Tokyo Ghoul, and before he would snap out, he would start to ghoul, and he learned 100 minus 9, and he would go back and he would get ready to ghoul out, but he would go 100 minus 9 minus 9 minus 9, and if he could rationally get through so many of those, he didn't ghoul out. Because if he ghouled out, Tokyo was gone. Like, it was gone. One big shit storm, like, it was gone. And if we can get past that irrational state where we want to like jump in and fuck everything up, to thoughtfully, is what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do benefit the world?
Or for people who don't give a shit about the world, I mean, because there's those people,
do I have bail money? I mean, it's another thing.
Do I have bail money? Hold
my beer. Wait a minute. Do I have bail money?
Right. And it's just kind of like, because I've met a lot of people who are incredibly self-indulgent and concerned about their own interests above everybody else. And I'm not here to say yay or nay against that. Like, I obviously have my own ideas about it. But what I am here to say is, it's just like, will being a dick in this moment serve your greatest and highest good in the long run if we're playing chess, right? It's like, you might be able to win the battle and you might look like all hard and shit, but is that really going to get you to what your overall goal is, right? Like, what is your goal here? And if it's big to get everybody to hate you, then, well, you've done it. You did it. You win. Here's the gold medal. Now, do you want another one, or are you just gonna, what's the goal, right? And it's just like, that's what kind of sucks about perceptions, like when they're short-sighted, right? It's just
right. So take this all the way back to what we started with self-care and changes to make ourselves healthier. because I knew I was going to progress. Like I had this progression in my mind for where this conversation was going to go ahead of time, because it comes down to that. Like, why am I getting in the sauna? Why am I doing massage work? Because all my stress and all my anger goes into trigger points in my back and my neck.
The body keeps the score.
It does. It does. And even if I mentally have let go of shit, it will respond. My body responds as if I have not let go of shit.
Well,
Like I
yeah, because your body is what is mundane. Your body is in this physical dimension. So,
and it
it
has
is
memory.
it does. And, your body, does keep the score. I haven't fully read that book, but I've heard a lot about it. But you can heal your mind, you can heal your heart, you can heal, you can release emotional attachments, you can do all of that. But until your body is like, okay, all right, we're done to release it, we're ready to release this, it's just, you still have to work at it. Even
And
though your mind is good, your heart is good, everything,
right.
everything else feels good, but your body's just like, yep, no, we're not ready to let go of that yet. And, but yeah, it does. So
And
self care is,
triggers like threats, those kind of things,
Mhm.
they still, I mean, I can go, doesn't fucking matter.
And whenever you're an energy practitioner in any sense of the word, that's another thing, because, as much as we don't try to, but we do absorb other people's energy, and we
Mhm.
have to find ways to release that. And,
Right.
so it's not always staying in our bodies, and we're not, getting what they call the psychic flu, and stuff like that. But yeah, self care is extremely, extremely important. Extremely important. And, just to survive right now, but not only survive, but I guess I should say thrive in
Thrive. I like the word thrive a lot
what
better,
we're living. Yeah. And what we're living in
because I
is,
feel like these other people are surviving. Like that's what they're doing. They're
yeah.
trying to survive out of fear, and they're reacting, and I
And
want
their
to
herd
thrive and
mentality.
respond.
Exactly. And their herd mentality. They're not even on the same frequency.
No.
Honestly, they don't deserve our attention. They don't deserve our energy, because it's not even in the same consciousness that we are.
Mhm.
And that's how I try to look at it and still continue
True.
to thrive in what we're living in.
In those situations, your brain has created a memory that with that feeling, and anything that triggers that feeling in the future, it's like you are back in the moment. Yeah, yeah. Not
Hmm.
for me, it's not so much emotionally back in the moment, maybe for a split second, but I'm able to rationalize and go through the productive things, because my shadow work has taught me, like, okay, this is them living in fear, and I understand, and I can separate that, and I can actually separate myself mentally and emotionally now from the trigger and go, that, they're just
You
jacked up.
can.
They're
It
Right.
takes
And
jacked
you
up.
work.
you can, and I can, just because we've done the work and
But my
everything.
body still reacts, like I'll
But our
still tense.
bodies
Yeah.
still, yep.
And
And
some of
it
that
is.
is
It's like,
tensing because I'm angry at them for being that way. Some of it's tensing because, some people would say that's judgmental. No, it's hypocritical, if anything else, if anything. But I don't like the idea of people engaging in clients when they're so full of anger and hate and wanting to kill people. You can't be a
mm-mm.
healer. Think of a shaman, okay? For people who don't understand the word healer, if you're constantly working to empower people to heal themselves, and you're healing broken people as well, you can't have hate and discontent and wanting to kill people. That should
No.
not, that should be the furthest thread from your brain.
Hmm.
Like that is so primal compared to where we should be at this point. Not that we shouldn't have primal instincts, but immediate kill, death, I hate that intense over something that shouldn't
That's
even,
overreactive.
it's
But
very,
you know
not
what's
only,
sad? And
it
what's sad
is,
about that
it's
is it's
tragic.
their own trauma projecting,
Hmm.
and people are suffering because of that. And
So you
it's
shouldn't
also
be
hurt.
healing people if you're in that
No,
state. You should not be
no,
accessing records or doing anything in that state until you
no,
have worked on
absolutely not.
yourself.
Hmm.
And I
Wholeheartedly
stand
agree.
solid with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I had my knee surgery, I knew I didn't see clients for 5 months.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I had my NDE last year, I took off that entire next month, even though it wasn't financially the best idea, but there was no way that I could be fully
No,
present for my clients.
no. Well, I'm not
And
going to work with people on, like, you talk
mm-mm.
about fucked up mentality. I'm not going to work with people if I'm on narcotics.
Well,
Like,
no.
how can I be of clear, sound mind to know what's coming through me if
Mm-hmm.
I'm on opioids? Like,
Exactly. And you're already
and
altered. And no.
yeah,
And,
and
and that's one of the reasons I, respect you like immensely as a healer and a practitioner because, you don't do that. You have the integrity not to do that, just as I do, just as Vanna does, and anybody else that's in our collective.
if I'm fucked
Um,
up for the day, I will
mhm.
reschedule a client. Like, I don't mean fucked up like I'm high fucked up. I
No,
mean
I know what you mean.
like if I'm not thinking clear and I'm having a really
Right.
shitty day, I think my fuck counts up to like 26 now. I
I
think
forgot.
oh, wait a minute, now it's
Oh,
like 27
oh,
because
that's
I
funny.
started
We're
again in
keeping
that
track.
sentence. Um,
That's
I
hilarious.
like I'm not gonna see a client. I'll reschedule them because how am I going to be in the right
Mm-hmm.
head if I can't process something that happened or I'm just having a bad day? I'll tell them, look, my mental state, I'm like off today. Like, this is not a good day for you. Like, I'm not going to bring the energy. I'm not going to bring it.
Right.
It's not
Well,
Exactly.
you need to
good for
be your
Exactly.
work.
best
And
person so you can
and
show
I
up
do
the
the
best
same
for
thing.
others.
Absolutely. And we just do that. I've done the same thing before, and most of my clients are, wonderful and they understand, and they just we just reschedule and, and that's that. But no, if I can't truly hold space for someone, truly hold space, then I won't do it.
Or if I have like a squirrel brain, there are days you wake up and like, it's like squirrel. And it's like, I am
Hmm.
chasing shit that dude, like I don't know what I'm going to be pulling in trying to clean you today, but it's going to be squirrels and shiny things, and probably won't be the best for
Squirrels and
Or maybe
like
shiny
some
estimate.
butterflies,
I have an
I mean,
attention span of a squirrel.
I love that.
And that's
That's
just
good.
disrupted energy. You know what I mean? And that's just another. But like, what I love is that you're aware, you're paying attention, like you're checking in with yourself. You're like, where am I at on this today? Like,
Yeah.
can I be my best person? Like, am I going to hinder the process more? Like, those kinds of things. Not to ask yourself those things to try to find a way to criticize, but it's literally, checking in with yourself.
And I maybe it's my own personal thing, but I think all like, I mean, I get doctors and nurses can't do that because those of us that are nurses and have been on the floor know that you have more bad days than good.
Oh yeah.
But like when you're doing body work and you're doing energy work, you got to be there. You got to be there,
Hmm.
and you got to be able to bring it 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not
Hmm.
able to bring it on that day, then get the fuck out. If the heat's too much in the kitchen for the day, shut the windows, shut the doors, cool it down, and come back another day.
Yeah, and again, I think it really boils down to the fact that it's difficult, especially people who have tendencies, towards being empathetic and empathic, and then also have the ability to be healers, and then are also the leaders of their own family units and all of the things that I can keep just putting on the plate, right? But like, if we don't take care of ourselves, like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm actually somebody who loves anger for me because it channels me in a very positive direction.
Oh,
But
yeah, I can burn
Hmm.
something down and feel really good.
oh yeah, absolutely. And I love the red zone. That's kind of where I do some of my best work, where I'm just like an emergency and I'm flying and it's my instinct and then I'm completely unbridled. But that takes an extraordinary amount of energy. And, I have to refill that if I'm
Yep.
supposed to still give it back to others. So it's
Yep.
completely fine to just be like, oh, I can't make it today. It's okay to take that breath. It's important to make sure that you are, in fact, breathing. I
Oh, that's a
probably
biggie.
spent half of my
Think
life
of the
holding my
roller coaster. Do you hold your breath right as you drop? Like, it's great. I love the drop.
I'm not a screamer. So, yeah, no, I'm just in for
And I do that too. And I'm like,
Hold your breath. Yep.
oh, now we got to breathe because we held our breath that whole drop. Yeah, I love the drop and I love the ride. I do. And I'm like you, like I can sit in a good angry moment and I can be, I'm not going to say it because I'll have to type it again. I can be just as angry with the rest of them and burn everything down around me, and around me is the key word, and watch it go. And I can gloat in it, and I can ha 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 in it, and I can have a great time with it. Makes me a real lovely person. But I'm riding with my demon at that point in time. Like there's my shadow right there.
Right with my demon.
We're hand in hand going, let's do this. Like
I know.
get the bail money ready. But it's a choice.
Well, it's a choice. You don't, I mean, you can always like indulge those aspects of yourself without actually being destructive towards yourself or others. You know,
well, because I know it's going to take me 3 days to recoup after I do something like that.
For sure. It takes a lot of energy. That's my point. And maybe at the end of the day, I'm just a lazy chick. Like, because I'm just like, is it worth that amount of energy? Like, you know, but it's, I mean, I just wish that everybody like understands that it's okay to take a moment to process. It's okay to take a moment to yourself, that like, even if you are a practitioner and you are, you know, finding yourself with like imposter syndrome, or you're feeling like you are being hypocritical, or, you know, you are completely doing the opposite of everything that you're telling your clients to do, please understand that that is a red flag for a vacation. Like, just take a moment, because you've overextended yourself to the point where you're acting on a pathological level. Not that you are pathological, but that things are way out of balance for you, and just to go and check in.
Well, it does. And that's that self-care thing. Like, know your energy level, know where you're at, know if it's I'm not going to label it positive or negative, good or bad. Like, just know your energetic flow. Am I in a modality right now where I can heal, or am I going to cause more harm than good? Because if I'm messing things up, like I use the M word and not the F word, if I'm messing things up and I'm purposely in a destructive zone, like I'm not going to bring creative energy for you. I'm not going to clean you out the right way. We're going to bring in some things that you probably don't want around you.
That's fair. Yeah, you do have to be aware of what you're bringing. Like, what is the energy that you have? Like, and what are you infusing with other people around you? And what, at the end of the day, is your long-term goal, right? Are you seeking unity? Are you trying to find common factors? Do you want to share experiences?
Or maybe it's a chaotic ride. You know, maybe it's that video that, I don't know who plays VR here. I've got this lovely game. It's a clown. It's a murderous, insane clown. Hey, Brandon. Woo, love you. Brandon has, not to switch gears, Brandon has a great show out. I'm drawing a blank on the name. It's Monsters something.
Well, I like monsters. I'm already in.
Brandon, text the name of your show and where we can look you up and watch you. I watched it the other night. It's an amazing show. Brandon's my shaman.
Oh, cool. I hope to meet you one day, Brandon.
He's amazing. You know, like, so I don't know where I was going with that. So the chaotic ride, this clown. Okay. Whoa.
The clown.
Hang on. No. Okay. So I've got somebody here that's obviously wanting some attention. Hang on. So we just got prayed over. That's nice. We thank you for that. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that we speak the same and there be no divisions among you. But and we're praying back for you. Yeah, we're rooting for you, brother.
Yeah, no, I loved it when Jesus gave that speech. I thought it was really nice.
We're rooting for you, Brandon. Monster Quest.
And Monster Quest. I think I've seen it.
And it's on season 5, episode 2.
Right on.
And so you've got to watch that, Brandon. We're on so many channels, History and Discovery. Which one is it that it's on? I'm going to plug you right now so people can watch your episode. It's a very good show.
It is a good show. I'm a fan. I did not know this, but hello, Brandon. I'm a fan of yours.
Can I use that in parenting? Mommy is pouring from an empty cup, time for a vacation. Absolutely, you can. I tell that to my grandson all the time. Like, I'm always telling him, like, no, right now you need to be quiet. You need to sit down. I'm on empty. I'm the car that is on empty. And I'm going to respond one of two ways. I'm going to drop out and I'm going to cause a whole lot of shit and we're going to stir some things up. Or it's going to go really well if you let me have a break.
Well, it's also really healthy to help other people to be able to give you that space, especially people who love you and want to support you. And also you're building the expectation that when they need those moments as individuals themselves, that you understand and you're willing to give them that space. And
well, and I want him, instead of losing his crap as you know, a 12-year-old gonna soon be 13 and we've got hormones ranging, I want him to be able to go, instead of melting down, which happens, or going into fits of anger, I want him to be able to go, whoa, shit. Like, I've hit that line. Like, whoa, wall is up. I need a break. Like, give me five, and re-engage. And if he can do that, I can walk away for 5 minutes. What? Be the bigger person and shut your mouth for 5 minutes and walk away. How hard is that? Really, it's not hard at all. You got it, buddy. Thank you. You need 10, you need 15, take it. Because that teaches him to be able to
self-regulate, de-escalate. And that's important.
Brandon, I can't get you, like, you're on. Just talk.
No, I was actually I was gonna run the background for you because you said that some people were getting a little mouthy, so I was just gonna jump on and run the comments.
Thank you.
You
no,
I got from here too.
I got a Bree J8001. Here, I'll post it up here so you can see what she, you know, like, and I'm cool with that shit, but just don't, this is not the time to get on, and I don't do that shit on my pod. I'm for everybody.
No, I loved it. And you know, there was definitely some messages in the New Testament that you know, I've studied the Bible. Let it be understood that, like, I'm a metaphysician. What that means is I have a lot of respect for all of the faiths of the entire world. I've learned a lot from all of them, good, bad, ugly, and in between. And each and every one of them have made me who I am today. Not sorry for that. I'm thankful for every bit of that information.
Look at that. Look what he did.
Yeah. Woo. Jazz hands. I love it. So, and you know, thanks for hopping on and taking the time to listen to us. And it was really cool of you to even take the time to make a comment and stuff. And you know, Jesus is cool with us. Thank you.
But we also have to be careful, because with that comes a slew of damnation to hell comments, and I also think that
giving people directions is a wonderful thing. I used to be a tour guide, and I still am to a large degree. I haven't been in St. Augustine and done the ghost tour guide in a while, but nonetheless, I'm still a tour guide. And
to the right, we have choices. To the left, we have.
Yeah, but I just, you know, personally, I've always had a hard problem because I don't see myself as the divine omnipresent. That, I mean, I have the ability to tell where somebody belongs.
I love it.
But that's just a me thing.
Well, when I say to the left is hellfire, like, I was thinking of the Hellfire Club in Stranger Things.
Yeah. I want to go to that club. If anybody wants to go on a, like, you know, field trip, let's go to the Hellfire Club.
I'll be there next year or this year on Halloween.
What?
I'm doing Hellfire Club. I'm doing Hellfire Club in Limp Castle in Ireland.
Can I come?
Road trip.
Come on.
Road trip.
Wait, road trip. Hold on. I've been absent. Okay, what happened? We got prayed over
on vacation with us.
Oh,
we're
gosh.
all going
Okay.
to the UK. We're going to the Hellfire Club, and now we're going to Limp Mansion. And we're just not Mansion. I'm sorry, Castle, but you know, all the Limps, they've got issues.
Okay.
Probably a few thousand miles.
Have the most fun.
That'll be awesome.
Oh, I can't wait until we do a production there, y'all. It's gonna get real.
It's gonna get real.
I'll bring the soju.
Yeah, I've got the Wandering Poet, and it's wonderful.
I've got the cannabis.
I've got that too. I'm welcome.
Brandon goes rah, 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 rah.
I'm not a drinker, but I will partake of the good herb.
I got you there, brother. No worries.
Devil's lettuce.
I will make sure
the
that I am.
devil's lettuce, the Lord's lettuce, as I like to call it, since we're praying.
We are.
Well, there you go.
Oh yeah, we're praying.
Well, see, I can't do
I love it.
any of the lettuce because I'm allergic to Missouri and other plants and trees and grasses. So
You're just allergic to everything, sister.
And so
you're like the other sister.
I drank soju.
I mean,
because when I drink hops, I have the same problem.
Oh,
so rice wine is like the best because my face doesn't turn red and I don't like get sick.
We have
my
the
goodness.
same reactions. That's so funny, Julie.
Court just said that
Sorry,
she'll take
we're
a
doing
field
the same
trip
thing here, Julie.
She'll take a field trip to hell if Lucifer from the TV show is there.
Wow, we might have to just reach out to
I
that.
tell you what, I am right there with you, sister, because that's freaking awesome. I love it.
He was very awesome in that show.
What?
He was awesome in that show.
Oh, I know you can hear me, baby. It's okay. I know you're good with it. He goes, I can hear you, right?
Are you at home?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I am at home. Yes.
I thought you were with Becca.
Yeah, she's here.
Hi, Becca's at your house.
She's waving. She's waving. We're working on logos and stuff for our line from K&K. So yes, everybody's waving at you. So she's over here, like she's over on the here. Wait, I'm not even on video. I'm like here.
No
Here you go. Look, and I don't even have the camera. Okay,
she is on the dark side. See, she's got a black circle. She's on the dark side.
She is.
Oh my gosh, that is because I look like Hammered Hell. So there you go.
You
there
do
you
look
go.
like Hammered Hell.
It is just yeah.
Dude, I
no
put makeup on and look at my circles. Like
I
I'm
don't
still
have
like
makeup on. I'm just like
I had some dude get on my one of my
There's
TikToks.
Becca. See?
Hey. And he said you're AI, and we had this whole fight about AIs and filters. And he's like, no, you're not a real person. And I'm like, why am I talking to you then? Goodbye.
It's like, seriously? Yeah, no, we're
would
real.
love to have a fake, like, Julie. Like, if we can make you a robot, Julie, can I have a Julie robot?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right, sisters. Y'all are crazy. I love you. That is just, oh my goodness.
Technical dreams are coming true.
Sponsor us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get sponsors.
Yeah, we need to work on that. We really do. It's on the list. It's on the short list, but it's on the list. Mm-hmm. Did we lose Brandon?
Brandon, no, he's on the back. He's in the back.
Okay, here, I'll go out so he can come back. There we go.
No, he's fine. No, he can be on. There he is.
No, I can come in and out whenever I want. So.
Okay. You are
he's a gnome. He is the shaman gnome or the gnome shaman. He can come when
I love it.
He pops in and
we are meant to hang out, Brandon. It's a thing. It's gonna happen.
Let's do it. I'm part of Paranormal Task Force, and I'll be at a couple of the Pythian Castles this year. I'll be at Cowtown, maybe. I'll be at a few of the events this year. So
right on. I used to.
Yeah, you get to meet him. He's amazing.
To, like Paranormal Task Force, like back in like 2007 and stuff like that. Is Maddie still with you guys?
You know what? The person to ask that would be KD. I've only met maybe 10 of the people, and I don't remember any of their names.
I get it.
Well, I remember Kevin because I talk to Kevin all the time.
Kevin,
but
yeah.
I'm sort of new to PTF. I've only been a member for like 3-4 years.
We're the newest.
I'm not the FMG anymore. Yes.
You're not the baby anymore. So I met Brandon. We were at a show. You remember that?
Kansas City Medicon.
Yep.
Yep.
And this lady came in and she had something skanky on her. Holy crap, she had something skanky on her. And she walked by, and like I was working on her, and I had met Brandon at the Paranormal Task Force booth and bought equipment. And he came by and he goes, "Let me have that." And he just snatched that up and put it in his pocket and walked off. And I'm like, oh, I love this guy.
It's like,
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, you were sitting there with it, and I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with it? Let me just take it because I'm going out to smoke anyway. So we went outside. Took it. We went outside.
I was going to eat it. I was like, that's what I do. It should not anymore. But I mean, you do, you know, you kind of like, you got this concrete room and you got 1,000 people in it. What are you going to do with it? Set it loose and let it bounce, or eat it and then go puke or shit or do whatever you need to do to get it out. Yeah.
See, I like to torture things. I'll just be like, now you get to sit inside. I have a shelf and I'm going to sit there and make you talk about your feelings. And
Poke.
Well, that just sounds like my last therapy session. I don't like it.
I am kind of a therapist.
It's what she does.
Yeah, it is a thing. So earlier we were talking about some, dark human predators and kind of the lowest of the low. And
Cuddle
I was
bears.
just like, because I have to remain objective as a professional, and I do. I'm very interested in their brains. Very, very interested in it. But like,
to study a brain,
I'm willing to try it a whole bunch of different ways.
I mean, I know various different ways to remove the brain from the head. I was in the Marine Corps.
Well, I also know of like some things that you can put inside the body and as a treatment, and it should make people better. Like there's lots of things I would like to learn about that brain.
Well, I mean, let's just take psilocybin for instance. The medical journals are putting out articles relating psilocybin with neuroplasticity and bringing neuroplasticity back. So I actually talked to my wife's neuro guy, and I was like, "What you know about mushrooms?" And he just started smiling. I'm like, "You're my guy." So I mean, every disease that was placed on humanity has a cure. You just got to find it. Like what I tell people. So where does the cure for poison oak and poison ivy grow? Does anybody know?
I'm assuming right next to it.
Right next to it.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it survived it.
But so it was the show that I was on for like 15 minutes is Monster Quest season 5 episode 2.
That was amazing. Like Chris called me in, and he goes, "Baby, Brandon's on," and I'm like, I come in, and I was like, "Oh man, you did so good on that."
I love that.
I clean up nice, don't I?
You do clean up nice.
I think you look great now. I do.
Thank you so much. Welcome. It's a beard. It's got its own zip code.
You kind of cut it.
I did. I got it trimmed up, and now it's. I'm gonna go Gandalf probably.
I think that would be amazing. You would carry that off well. You've got your staff and your.
Well, you shall not pass.
You shall not.
Anyway, I was not even invited on this show, so I'm going to go back into the background and you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Go, and I know you've got a show at 8, so we probably should sign off so that you can get on.
Yeah, we got a little time.
Okay.
We'll say 5 minutes of goodbyes.
Okay, but I also wanted to ask, because each of us talked about like that we are practitioners. Venamora, are you still there?
Of course, I am right here.
Can you let everybody know like what you do, like the type of practices that you offer, and where everybody can find you and how they can benefit from your presence?
I have not let everybody know that, but since you have brought all of that up so lovingly, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone?
Well, first of all,
I was trying to play tennis.
I know. I love the way that you did that. She just bounced the ball onto my court.
Are you on your phone?
I am on my phone because I can barely see you all.
Okay, so if you need to, I don't know if you can do it, 2 things on your phone at the same time, but like go to your Facebook page afterwards and post your website, your Facebook website or your booking website
Okay.
in the comments.
On your page thing here.
Whatever you're on, yeah, YouTube, that'd be YouTube. I'd post it on that.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
I
so
think that you can, where I found Angie, and that's where you can, her name is Venamora, and she's also Angie, the licensed practicing amazing massage therapist.
Yes.
But that's not all that she does. No, that is not all that she does. What she does is she has an amazing studio where she does energy work, and she helps people and transcend through shadow work, and she helps people confront those aspects of themselves that they're not overly proud of in a private and sacred, non-judgmental place. We also have tea there, and we have stones, and we have divination tools, and we have jewelry. We have great conversation with amazing people. Julie's one of them. I'm one of them. Angie's one of them. Becca is one of them.
she's over here working on logos so we can get our stuff. So
yes, she's our brand
yes.
creatrix. She's in the background and the forefront at the same time because Becca is a time traveler.
And then we also, correct, Becca is a time traveler. And then we also have Mbika as well. And so, oh goodness. But yeah, there are a lot of us. There are a lot of practitioners. We have the Sovereign Flame Collective that we are building every day and adding more and more businesses, practitioners, holistic wellness, spiritual, metaphysical, just creating our own community
that we're welcome to share with everybody. And come and check out like the apothecary. Like, you know, you can create your own herbal blends. We have our own trademark ones. And oh, there's Zoe, and Zoe's here. Isn't she gorgeous?
Zoe visits the studio.
Yes, she does. Studio. She comes to the studio all the time. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to. Aw, Courtney, you're so sweet. Thank you. To the amazing practitioner of mind, body, and spirit. That's the triple flame for you, which is going to be transitioning into something even bigger. So we'll just have to stay tuned for that. My sisters are all aware, but yeah. I have to figure out how to do this and put the business website or whatever in here because I have my laptop up, I have my phone up, iPad, all of it. So I'll figure it out.
We'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Dana, what do you do?
Yes.
Well, I am one of the people behind the scenes at Triple Flame, and I am in the process of setting up my studio so I can, so my background is trauma-informed systemic marriage and family therapy. I'm now a peer counselor and a lucid living life coach. So I help people learn how to read their bodies, understand where their responses come from, and rebuild who they want to be and the person that they've always envisioned. And that's, that's just one thing. I also do tarot card readings, but like I also like to integrate like my the therapeutic skills that I've acquired and infuse them and the reading so people can, get deeper insight. And that's what we do at Triple Flame so far. But there is more to come. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. We also have a halotherapy sauna. We have quantum resonance, frequency medicine, and coming soon, our spiritual head spa. So yes, we are working on that as well.
Because you all know, or you're going to know because you're watching this podcast, that the head is sacred. Like you shouldn't let just anybody touch it. So,
correct.
That's a very sacred spot. Even the person that works on my dreads knows that. We are very much aligned with energy. She's very cool about everything, and she's like will sweep her little God bless her. Like she takes her little broom and she sweeps up all the hair fragments and she hands them to me at the end of my session because she does not want my hair. It's my hair. It's my energy. It's my life story. So what she's trimmed, she gives back to me.
I love that. I think that's such a beautiful
Very few
thing.
practitioners will do that.
That's true.
And she did that. That's like the first day she's handing me this hair and I'm like, okay. And she's like, oh no, you never should let your hair go to anybody. And I'm like, well, I know that, but you don't go to beauty shops or go to people to do your hair that give you your hair back. They suck it up in that big vacuum thingy that they,
it goes into the collective hair bin.
Collective hair bin.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I didn't know that about your hairstylist. That's really awesome.
Yes, she's very
Mad
awesome.
respect.
And
Mad
she will
respect for that.
be
Absolutely.
rapping and she will talk to it when it's uncooperative. She will tell it that it follows her command in this moment, and she's removing anything that causes it not to. Like we are very much on. She's very cool. Very
I love
cool
that.
young
That's
lady.
awesome.
She's very,
That is
very
awesome.
neat young lady. Yay! So lots of cool things coming to Triple Flame.
Oh yes, and well, it's a couple weeks away, but we are going to be at Pajama Jam as
Pajama
well.
Jam.
Every one of us that is right here, including some extras. So, but yeah, Jules will be there, Vanna will be there, I'll be there, Becca and Bika. We got a lot. Yeah, that's going to be fun too.
Frank and soju.
Yes, yes. Having our
empty.
sake. Oh no,
that's a whole bottle by me.
We shared it.
Huh?
I said we did
she's got a
share
whole
it.
nother bottle.
We did kind of share it energetically. Yeah, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is it empty?
Probably
But
'cause
I
you
still
drank
have some. Sorry. It's been one of those nights. So what I do, for those of you that are new and watching YouTube, is I kind of do a form of Reiki. I am a Reiki master in 3 or 4 different methods. I have a very close lineage to Usui. So I use the Usui method as my base, but I have converted it to shamanism. So I work in a shamanic form with different essential oils and smokes, as well as vibrational sounds. I do drummings. I do all kinds of things. I have crystal mats. I have lights. So I do technology and old way shamanic cleanings. I have a salt spa. I use various other metaphysical tools. I teach a lot of different things. I also do bone readings and oracle readings. And I work with people on their energies and teach newborn baby witches how not to I don't want to use the word. I can't use that. I'll have to type it out again. Teach them how to regulate so that they can behave in a way that's best for them to learn and experience. I got you booted. Angie said all that praying got her booted. So that's what I do. I do a sundry of things. I work with near infrared as well. So I do modern technology with healing techniques. I love near infrared lights. Like near infrared while you're experiencing shamanic healings is amazing. Like it takes you you'll see geometric shapes and patterns, and you go down tubes and tunnels and
well, we'll have to talk about that some more. Like, I mean, I'm really interested. There was a couple of topics that both of you brought to the table that I thought was interesting. One is like, let's learn more about like frequency healing and what is the significance of seeing geometric shapes and what does that even mean? But then in addition to that, like, we were talking about how, sometimes like these people that are predators, they don't even really seem like people. They're not even operating. And this isn't like, I hate you, you're different, like raid and flamethrowers, but it's more like, there's a bit of fascination, right? Like, what the hell is that? Like, just so I know what it is. And it's just like, are they, operating from spiritual influences, right?
I'm not so sure, having sat in rooms and lived with these people for decades, that they're sitting with attachments or sitting with things, I really,
I don't necessarily mean that they're sitting with an attachment. I mean, they themselves are
they're lower level beings.
They're
a lower level being. And I can honestly say, like, I have met people who are possessed. I've cleared one person who was, I would have called it a good Catholic Church clinical possession. I have sat in rooms next to people that I have had to move from. It takes a lot to get me to move and dance and do things away from people. I'm one of those people that I will lean up against them and I will look straight into their eyes and I will hold, like, I'm an alpha dog, so I will hold that position until I get bit. And I had one guy in mental health and forensics, one guy that sat next to people, and nobody would sit next to him, and he always sat next to me, and he would challenge me. And there was one day he sat next to me on the table, and we were like talking, we were doing our clinical meetup, when we talk about his case and do shit, and he was sitting there, and I looked at him and he looked at me and I looked at him, and I was so fucking uncomfortable. Like, it's like, you get uncomfortable around people. Yeah, I should do a fuck count. I think I'm up to 28 or 29 now. I had to move. Like, I left the room. And for me to be challenged in a way where I leave the room is pretty phenomenal. Like, I'm one of those stupid people that will butt up against, like, even in corrections, if somebody stepped in to challenge me and they were being held back in cuffs, I would step up and go nose to nose with them. And I was always in trouble for doing shit like that, because I'm not going to back off. Like, I was abused for years in a past life, past relationship. So I was one of those that would get up in your face. Like, I would step up to it. I learned a long time ago, you don't cower, you step up. If I'm going to get hit, man, I'm going to be close and you're going to know it. You're going to hear it. I'm probably going to hit back.
I have that. I share that with you, my sister.
So this guy, he's sitting next to me, and he leaned up and he looked at me, and I looked at his eyes, and there was clinical discussions about him being possessed. That doesn't happen in mental health. It didn't happen back then in mental health. Uh-huh. He looked at me and he could see straight into my soul. And I knew in that moment I was not dealing with something. And this was back before my paranormal days. This was way back. Okay, this was way back. Way back. And I looked at him and I'm like, that's it. And I looked at him and I said, no. And I literally put my finger in the air and I said, no. And I got up and I walked out and I shut the door. And I have never, and he and I continued to engage for like 4 more years in the mental health field, but I never sat next to him again. And I never looked at him in the eyes again. And I think there are rudimentary elements or people or things that are out there that come in through human bodies that we can't explain. If I had to put a word on him, I would have said he was primevally demonic. Like, he was the nature of pure evil. And if I told you his history, you would see that, but I dealt with hundreds of people that had the same history, and I would not have labeled them evil.
Well, it's not our tendency to do so, though. I mean, it depends again on how one throws around that word. And
right. And I mean, I can label evil behaviors and still not see the person as evil.
Oh, for sure.
But this person was, I would have said he was evil incarnate. Like, he was the epitome of
Michael Myers.
Far worse.
Yeah, but like, he was supposed to be like,
yeah, like, well, whatever was in Michael Myers, like, would have been, and like, this guy, his eyes at that point in time were jet black holes. Uh-huh. And everybody saw it. Like, people were like backing away from the table. People were like disengaging in that moment. And I was right next to him and I just said no. And I got up and I left. And people are like, you're not clinically engaging. Like, that was like, not the right thing to do. But in the moment, it was the very right thing to do. I really think my head would have been smashed in that moment.
Well, yeah. And I mean, you know, that's also an important thing to pay attention to.
I think this is a really, really, really important topic that we should possibly plan for another uh oh my gosh, what's this thing called? Podcast. But I have to go because I have a lot to say on this too. But yeah, we'll be here all night. But I love you guys. Thank
you
you for
too.
holding space for us in this conversation and everything. And yeah, everybody stay tuned. We're doing a lot. So love you, and I'll talk to you both soon, okay?
Thanks for
Love
joining
you.
us. I love you
Good night.
too.
You're
And
welcome.
we
All
actually
right.
do have to, we've got to get off because Brandon's waiting for his and I'm 10 minutes, 11 minutes late.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Love
See
you
y'all
guys. We'll talk
later.
to you later.
Guys,
Okay.
same bat time, same bat station. Next week, 6 p.m. I've got a guest from Central Kansas Paracon coming on. We're going to talk about a big show coming your way. It is going to be, I'm blowing my fuck count now, fucking amazing. You guys need to listen to what she has to say and listen to the big show that's coming your way. It's going to be good. We're also going to talk about some Paracons coming our way. Be there, be square. Dana, love you. Catch you on the flip flop.
Okay. Bye.
Gotta get off. Brandon's got to get on. Love you guys. Night.
Good night.